going based off of what you were saying earlier about, you know, men being more smarter, also connecting the fact that women are more emotional.
I'm not saying men are smarter. I'm saying that there's a burner performance on. There's more pressure on men to be intelligent than on women.
Okay,
that's my argument.
So also too, this is the question: would you say women are, or no? Would you say men tend to be more analytical?
Yes.
Okay.
Than women?
Than women.
Yes. Like men are better deductive problem solvers than women are.
And why do you think that is?
Well, because men have to perform. So a big thing about performing and being able to assess a problem, right? So when a guy sees, actually, they've done studies on this. They found that when a man sees an attractive woman, the part of his brain that figures out how to solve problems gets activated. For real. So like when a guy sees an attractive woman, he instantly says, okay, I want to problem solve. I want to get sex. So men understand, for me to get sex, I must acquire resources, status, going to the gym, etc. So men have to be able to deductively problem solve things to get things done. And then if you look at the world, right, engineers, etc., it's all dominated by men.
Wait, we were just saying earlier that gay men, you guys were just saying like there's, I don't know, there's a lot of like smart gay men.
Not
or
you
whatever.
guys, me. Don't lump them in. That's
No,
my
Myron said it
genius
too.
theory. That's
Myron
my
said it
theory.
too, right?
Go ahead.
That you had mentioned you're like in these cities like Austin and stuff like that, the Silicon Valley, there's a lot of like gay men and they're intelligent, they're bringing talent. And so you're like citing a study, you're talking
They
about
make a
data.
lot of money, yes.
Yeah. And they're because they're intelligent, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a component.
Right. So you're saying that like, oh, well, they've done studies that like a man is like activated to be more intellectual or inspired to be smarter when he sees a woman.
No, that's not what I said. What the? I said when a man sees an attractive woman, the part of his brain turns on that tries to figure out solving a problem. So let's say, so if you see someone that is attractive, if it's a gay guy, it's another dude. If it's a woman, if it's a heterosexual guy, it's a woman.
Wait, Myron, are you saying that her holding him down didn't make his billions? Every guy who made billions had a woman holding them down. That's what they love to say. This is hilarious to me.
But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That like men are just better deductive problem solvers in general, and they have to be analytical. They have to be more rational because the world wouldn't exist the way it is if men weren't more logically sound than women.
I have another question.
Yeah.
So another thing that y'all were referencing to earlier is that women pick wrong guys, right?
Yes.
So when
just like you.
Anyways. So
on,
when
I know.
when a woman chooses a
That's it,
guy
Fresh.
who she sees potential in, let's say he's a great guy.
Yeah.
And
he fails.
Yeah, I guess. Well, not necessarily fails. Just I feel like that woman is trying to motivate him, and it emasculates him in the process. So, in my opinion, because
So what's the question in particular then?
What's the right thing to do in a relationship in order to get a bum who has potential into a high value man?
Yeah.
The best thing to do is to provide for him and make him
support, though, right?
Support, but you don't need to go and motivate him because you're gonna feel like you're his mom and he's gonna think
100%.
Yeah, he's not gonna want to do that. Just make him happy.
No,
don't provide more problems.
This is gay red pill myth that a woman supporting her man is going to help it.
Better than motivating him.
If you want to support me, get the fuck out of the way. Stop getting involved in the business and stuff. We men pretend like we want an assistant. Like Myron, you were saying that? No, we don't. We want to hire men. We don't want a female assistant. We want to get the job done.
You want a male assistant?
Having female assistants, but that's fine. I mean, everyone's has their preferences. But I will say, to answer your question, I mean, my advice is a little bit different. If your guy's unmotivated, you need to leave because a woman's never going to be able to motivate her
I did
man.
leave. I'm single now.
Okay, but yeah, an unmotivated man is a big red flag. Like you just don't even fuck with those guys.
Yeah,
period.
100%.
What was the potential you saw in him?
Because he's only going to get lazier when you do realize that. Like if you get with him and he's already a bum, more than likely it's going to get just worse.
Well, I don't think he was a bum. I just feel like eventually our visions definitely drifted away, and mine continues to get bigger, and his was content where
he got complacent.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in general, women, if anything, make men softer. So if he's already not ambitious when you fuck with him and he's already kind of on a lazy trajectory, trust me, you ain't gonna motivate him.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
And I think men naturally like don't take women seriously because this is gonna be offensive. Women are inherently lazy. And when I say they're inherently lazy, I mean that from a resource production standpoint. Like women don't have the same incentive to go out there and make excess resources Men do, but women don't. Women are more proactive when it comes to rearing children and taking care of them. Women aren't lazy when it comes to
No, I disagree. They're not lazy. They're not lazy to get their hair done and retard shit.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, so it's not lazy. It's stupid. They go all day doing their hair salon. They spend like 6 hours. They're not lazy. They're just choosing the wrong activities.
Are women doing better in school?
To you guys though?
Yeah, a lot of
Are
engineering.
you going to the gym? Are you going to the gym?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't need to. I'm rich.
The gym?
Fuck, I mean,
Wait,
For
what do you
you,
mean
for
by-
you.
Me?
Your teeth down.
Or I'm confused. You're asking the gym? What?
The hot guy.
no, I don't go to the gym. No.
The
But
gym?
I used to be a fitness model, so I feel guilty. But no, I can't go to the gym because I'm always tired from getting my dick sucked.
Miss Columbia, the point is that a man has to go to the gym to build an attractive body. A woman does not have to go to the gym to have an attractive body.
No.
But what about
My
Lizzo?
point it was
Yeah, I was
because he said
There are a bunch of girls that don't go to the gym, yet they have great bodies because they eat correctly and aren't fat.
Also,
Like, they're not
Eating correctly
retards.
is-
Also,
But as a
darling,
man, you're not going to build a muscular physique and an attractive physique that women actually yearn for unless you go to the gym and train with
and
weights.
darling, I haven't stood up, but I'm 6'5", so I'm hacking. Like I don't need to do shit. I can even get fat and I'll still fuck all your friends. You know, I can just keep hacking. Women love height.
As long as you don't
So
open
does
your
that make
mouth.
sense, Miss Columbia?
I've heard this.
I
I've heard
get
that
the
so many
point
times.
from the
This
beginning.
guy's
but-
not even a human. He's been on my place for 2 days. He doesn't eat. He barely sleeps.
You know, she's right. If I really want to get laid faster, and I tell people this that are like me, that watch me, sound like me, and Myron, you're like me, you talk like this. When we want to get laid faster, we're in the Uber ride, and she's like, "Come home with me." If you bite your tongue and stop talking, you get laid.
Oh yeah.
If you keep it going and trolling her and stuff, it's like decreasing your chances. You know.
Saying
So-
less sometimes helps.
100%.
Did anybody
And you're
did-
dumb.
Did that answer your thing though, with as far as like men being more analytical?
Oh, are we going back to my question?
No, I just want to make sure.
No,
you're good.
yeah, we answered that question.
All right.
Myron,
Yeah.
you said that you feel like women are more lazy, right, than men?
When it comes to creating excess resources, so like for money, status, that type of thing.
Because I was going to ask, like, do you think nursing is like a hard job?
No.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but is a male
And
nurse better than a female?
The vast
No.
majority of nurses are women.
Okay, what's your argument here though?
Because they
Because
couldn't
you
be
were saying that you
doctors.
felt like women are like lazier or whatever, but like
Yeah.
women like overwhelmingly make up this like incredibly stressful field that we couldn't have,
Okay, but
or we could not
okay,
have.
but a majority of the tough surgeons, male,
Mhm.
right? You want to talk about anesthesiologists, male. You want to talk about
Mhm.
construction workers, male. You want to talk about jobs that are dangerous and risky to the worker, male. So yes, women dominate being a nurse, but if we're going to talk about actual hard manual labor jobs, absolutely dominated by men. Not even close.
Also, she's lying. If she got shot by a bullet, she does not want a female nurse to try and drag her. If I get shot by a bullet, I don't want a female nurse holding 265 pounds. You're just lying. You don't want a female nurse in an emergency.
That's
It's
one
usually like a
particular-
paramedic. You're
Or
talking
a
about
firefighter,
Paramedics
or
would do that,
and
not
police
nurses.
officers. The female. Have you seen those videos of female police officers fighting men?
Oh yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck, bro? You're
So,
endangering us.
I get what you're saying with the nursing, but if we're going to talk about hard manual labor jobs and taking risks, it's not even close. Men absolutely demolish women. Women prefer to get educated and work white collar jobs where they're sitting in air conditioning.
When it
That's why women dominate college
true.
attendance
That's
right
true.
now.
Wait, don't men dominate like Fortune 500 companies too? These are like also white collar jobs though.
But okay, the way that men's brains are completely different to the way that women's brains work. So even though men are better at problem solvers, women are better at other things. We're better at spatial recognition, we're better at color recognition. We have completely separate brains. And so when it comes to the workforce and it comes to generating wealth,
Mhm.
men tend to be better at
Yeah,
that.
you
That's
guys
not
are
true.
smarter
That's not-
at being able to see magenta. What the fuck is magenta?
Wait, we talk
there's,
about
there's
differences.
many other things
Well,
besides that.
Color?
Color is one of the things, spatial recognition.
And
you
how
have
does that help? Is a
organization.
female sniper better
So,
than a male sniper?
What's your argument with the men being at the top of Fortune 500 companies?
Because you were saying like women get jobs that they go like when
White
they
collar.
get white collar jobs and you're like those are lazy women or whatever. But I was saying like men make up the majority of like Fortune 500 companies and like those are white collar jobs. But I don't
Yeah,
think you
but
would
men-
be saying that
here's
those
the
men are
dominate both
working
fields.
harder.
Yeah, but they dominate both fields. And then also, here's the other thing: women love to look at the top end of male success, but you don't look at the bottom end. Most homeless men are men. Most homeless people are men. Most drug addicts are men. The degenerates of society, most of them are men. Most people that are in prison are men. So yes, men dominate at the top fields, but they're also dominating the lower fields too.
Myron, just stop being
Well, that's
polite.
because
Just
they-
stop being polite. You that word lazy is code for
Can-
stupid.
I want to
Just
address
say it,
what you
dude.
just said because
Yeah, sure.
the reason that is though is because of the bell curve of intelligence. So for
Oh,
men,
no.
Yeah, so for men, the bell curve is very flat. So you have a lot of dumb men, but you also have a lot of
Have
extremely
you seen that one for
intelligent
race
men.
statistics?
I actually
we're not a
haven't,
rebel.
but I'd be interested in that. And then
You're
for
at the top, by the way.
For women, what do you mean?
You know what I
Jewish.
mean.
Okay, so for women, there's a peak, but at the top that would imply median.
You're saying
so
that's
do you
the
mean
top
like,
of the bell curve is the average.
yeah, it's the
Nico.
median.
Yeah, what you're correct. Yes, like if you take an average man, an average woman, the average woman is going to have higher IQ to a degree. However, when you look at the extreme ends, the stupidest people are men, but the smartest people are also men.
Yes.
So that's why all the geniuses, the people that you mentioned, they're all men. But yeah, so I get what you're saying. Oh, men are overrepresented at the top, but they're also overrepresented at the bottom. But women don't want to acknowledge that.
Yeah, we're extreme. We take the biggest L's and the biggest
W.
W's.
Because men inherently take way more risk on than women do.
Yeah.
Probably with like the jobs that they take. But I was just saying that like you were saying like women are lazy or whatever, they don't have like hard jobs or something like that. And I was saying like, well, nursing is an example of like a hard.
Well, not
Yeah,
just
that's
nursing.
just one
And,
though.
like, and
That's just one.
surgeons.
But I can name for that one job that you're mentioning. That's oh my god, it's hard because I'm walking around dealing with patients. I can name like 100 for men.
Well,
Men have a natural proclivity, right, to work harder than women, especially when it comes to manual labor jobs. Men work more hours. Men take less time off. Men work harder labor jobs. Men, most of the workplace desks are men.
And
Men take less
hold
vacation,
on.
like-
There's a
It's not even
Twitch.
close.
Look at the super chats on YouTube, Twitch. If men didn't exist, nobody here would ever get a donation again. 99% of all donations to every single YouTube Twitch channel are men for both of us. For men and women. Women don't donate. They don't give to charity. They don't do
Women
fuck
give the
all.
most to charity.
Oh my god, are you kidding
We
me?
can search this up right now.
How many females donate on Twitch to streamers? Let's say.
Are charity streamers?
No.
Are they not?
Yes, they run charity streams. They do charity
No,
streams.
no, no,
How many
that's
females
not
donate to a charity
charity.
stream? Zero. Your gender is so selfish. Enough.
Women are more likely to volunteer their time. Men are more likely to volunteer their resources and money.
Yeah.
I think-
Typically, when it comes to being a
Bunch of
philanthropist.
liars here. Total liars.
Oh my god. There's a couple of things I want to say when it comes to the different stressful jobs. The United States Department of Labor actually like surveyed like which jobs were the most stressful out of all of them, right? And the number one is urologist for a couple of reasons, right? First of all, it does involve surgery that can lead to like life-lasting problems with fertility. You're dealing with like very
You
sensitive
said
topics.
urologist is the most.
Yes, according to U.S. Department of Labor. This also takes into account like staffing problems. It takes into account surgery. It takes into account like the type of issue, right?
I don't know if that's correct. I think the number one most stressful job in general is air traffic controller.
Okay, we can compare notes afterward. I have this. We can like. Well, I mean, this is taking into account like a bunch of different things, right?
Okay.
You know what's the most stressful
basically,
situation you
the
could
vast
be
majority
in?
of basically.
Have you ever gone on an airplane and saw that the pilot's a woman? I swear to God, I'd rather fly with Mohammed Atta. That seems like the most fucking... Bro, I had anxiety coming out here, but I saw co-pilot was a dude. But again, are we
Ironic.
pretending everyone feels what I feel? When you're on an airplane...
all the accidents are by men's. All the accidents
mom
before
said it.
are by men's.
All the what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All the previous accidents by planes
Yeah, 'cause-
are by men.
yeah, 'cause there's, like, two female pilots
That's
on
funny.
Earth.
You said that you.
But you can't
feel.
hold on. You can't argue that when most of the pilots are overwhelmingly men.
Men.
You have to adjust. So if you're going to use that, you got to compare male pilots to female pilots. You can't say all the accidents are men when men are the only ones that are pilots in general.
Do you know the percentage of women pilots, flight attendant?
What?
Do you know the percentage of female pilots?
Yeah, it's much less because of money.
So then that makes sense.
You know,
Then
you
there
know
will
how
be
much?
less-
Do you
there will
know
be
how
less
much
crash.
money it costs? The study of be a pilot.
I get
wish to be a
scared.
pilot.
How much does it cost? How much does it cost?
In Colombia? At least like 7,000.
Okay. Do you know how much it costs in America?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, so explain to me why it's so expensive to be a pilot in the United States, but women will go ahead and take on debt for stupid ass degrees versus being a pilot.
We have to ask them, but for sure is
No, it's simple.
way
It's because
expensive.
women. It's not because that. It's because women don't want to go into certain job fields. Unfortunately, women just don't want to be pilots in general.
It's choice.
They just don't.
No, maybe lesbian dance theory is more important than being a pilot, right? That's what they go study.
Also,
Okay, so
I
you said
think-
urologist. What are you trying to say
Oh,
here?
so I was
Do
gonna-
women dominate urology?
Yeah, not just that, but also when it comes to percentage of like surgeons in general, it's around like I think
50-50?
52. Yeah, it's basically 50-50. And not just that, but like throughout, if we compare the past decades, the amount of like women and men who have been in the field like have varied drastically. So there have been like, I think from 2010 to 2017, you had women who are like literally the majority of surgeons. So I just think that would be an unfair argument to say, oh, you see, throughout like such a large time period, whatever, women were the majority of surgeons. That means women are more likely to do surgery, right? Or more likely to be like better surgeons. I think instead of making like these arguments, they're much more complicated than just biology.
Pixie, you have a surgeon named Amy. She's about to perform open heart surgery on you.
You want to know something crazy?
Hold on. Or you're gonna bleed to death. She's about to do it, and then she picks up a call, and it's her boyfriend, and she goes, "Stop talking to me. I'm on my period." And then she's about to operate on you. Let me tell you something. You're both bleeding to death that day. That is crazy. You telling me you'd feel comfortable a bitch PMSing in your heart? You feel comfortable with a bitch PMSing and cutting you up?
Statistic. You know what's so funny about this? Here's a killer actually. Canada conducted like a giant study, right? Surveying all these different surgeons and seeing, okay, what is the rate of probability and success when it comes to these surgeons performing surgery? Guess what? Women were much more likely to have a successful surgery than men. So yes, and specifically, it was women who were getting operated on were more likely to have a successful surgery with a woman than a man. So yes, I would bet any day I'd rather have a woman be my surgeon than a man. Because statistically speaking, I'm going to be better.
Those studies came from a liberal think tank that said.
Oh yes, everything is a liberal think tank.
No, just the whole.
You're cherry picking. Now the data the first you cared about data, and like now the data that conflicts with what you were saying.
Your side's data tells us to cut our cocks off.
Yeah.
I'm not going to agree with that retard shit.
Your side's data says that homosexual men gain more knowledge by fucking each other.
No, that's a scroll. I read an ancient scroll. This fucking crazy.
Yes.
Now, hold on. If you want to look at homosexual studies, I'm not afraid to get everyone banned here. Get ready, Fred. If you want to look at even though he's a homosexual, look at what Carl Jung said about it. Go. That's the greatest psychologist in history. Go look at what he said.
Yeah, did he say something about like fucking your daughters? Well, that's what you believe in, right?
You're so dumb. But check this out.
I'm just repeating what you said, so I'm sorry that sounds dumb.
You know more than Carl Jung.
I'm saying I know more than you.
So be honest. If you're on a lie detector here, we paid for it. Would you feel comfortable with a woman performing open heart surgery?
Yes, absolutely. 100%. I'm more likely to.
What about a female police officer? Let's say Fresh starts beating you up here and you call the police and the woman comes.
I'll take a male police officer, but that has to do with
which
physical
one would you
strength.
rather have?
Yeah, I said I'd take a male one because that has to do with physical strength. We're talking about like fine-tuned, highly stressful situations that have to do with surgery. That's a topic. But again, you can't contest with that, so you pivot.
So
but I shouldn't be surprised anymore.
You could imagine a woman cutting your heart up and feeling cozy.
How many
about
times
this?
did she have to say yes? She already answered
I don't buy it. I don't buy it. She's lying.
He can't actually
my
respond.
aunt's a surgeon. I don't understand why you're having such a hard time.
Are you all right? Let's try this. How would you do on a lie detector if I said, do you feel comfortable with a female pilot? No, you don't. Nobody does.
Pilots
My mom, who's like very liberal, doesn't. She's very soft.
Look, pilots are different because women do have with cars, they crash so much more than men. So when it comes to just like, and I'll show with my recognition of how women do with their brain chemistry, they're not as good. So I would choose men. Yes.
For the heart surgery too?
No, for heart surgery.
What a lie.
Why?
That is such a lie. If you had a choice between a male and a female, you're choosing a female to cut up your heart?
For surgery, yes.
Oh my God.
What is wrong with you? Why are you not understanding that women can be better at some or even equal at something? Not everything. Some things. And like when it comes to fine surgeries, I would imagine with delicate procedures, tiny little things, especially you have to have a gentle touch. So I had a cousin who was a surgeon and I had an aunt who was a surgeon. My cousin had surgery. She did eye surgeries. And if you do it just a little bit too much, your patient's blind. And if you do it not enough,
I'd rather go blind than let a woman do that surgery.
Okay, men mess up that surgery more often than women.
I'll still choose the men.
Women are just objectively worse in high pressure situations. Why do you think there's no female chess grandmasters?
We literally gave you multiple examples.
Men are better at there's with different brain chemistry, men are better at chess. So if you asked me if I had to choose a chess partner, I mean, you don't really partner, but like if I had to choose somebody to represent me in a chess game, I would choose a man over a woman. But then for certain things, I would either not have a preference or I would prefer.
You talk about high pressure situations in a plane or in a car. Why does that change when it's your heart?
It's not about the high pressure for the heart. It's like I want someone who's delicate, someone who's slow, someone who's not going to take major risks.
And choose a gay guy.
Well, also, here's the other thing too, ladies, that you guys kind of just came in here, but I'm going to take a shot in the dark. you also fail to realize that women are grossly overrepresented in university attendance, which is going to lead to skewed medical school attendance as well. So if it's fit, think about it. If women are almost 3/4 of the student body population, right? And there's still only